Okay, well, welcome to everyone that's joining us. And if you're catching the replay, welcome for that. So it is our weekly Wednesday night. Oh, let me put myself in speaker view so that everybody can see that. All right, so welcome. My name is Jeremy Rouse, and I am a division leader in Park Lane, and I have been here for a little over 2 years. So I get the privilege of sharing a little bit about Park Lane. Not a little bit. I'm going to share all the bits of Park Lane, and why we love it. But before I get into all the nitty gritty details, Darlene is going to share. Darlene has a full time job, and she works Park Lane right alongside her busy life. She was actually able to fit this in. I was nervous because I saw her on Facebook like what, an hour ago, Darlene. You have to unmute yourself. She had to run her husband to the hospital. So look at her fitting us in all. Hopefully she picked him up. Like, did you bring him home, or
I
is
did bring
he
him
still
home.
there?
I did bring him home.
All right. Well, Darlene's going to share why she loves Park Lane and a little bit about her journey, and then we'll get into all the details about how this business works.
Okay, very good. Well, I've only been with Park Lane since February, and of course, I followed Carolyn over. I didn't want to do it, honestly. I just didn't want to do it, but the wonderful customer sales that we do uh, drug me in. I just couldn't resist. And then our hostess benefits are so terrific. And of course, all of the ladies that help us learn the business, like Carolyn, like Jeremy, like Jennifer, just makes learning it so much. I won't say easy. It's never, nothing worth doing is ever easy. It does take time. But like Jeremy said, I work a full time job. I drive, my commute is 3 hours a day. I raise miniature dachshunds. I raise horses and ponies. I live on a farm. The work is endless. But yes, I do fit it in. And sometimes have to give myself a little bit of grace because I'll have to bug the heck out of poor Carolyn. I can't remember something, but it has been such a fun thing. That is really why I stay. It is such a fun thing to do. Trying to save people money in their carts is fun. Playing with the jewelry is fun. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I stay. And it's helpful for my crazy schedule that I can rearrange things if I need to. Like, yes, I was just at the hospital in Wichita. I just walked in the door. That's not normal for me. But if I have a few weeks there where maybe my horse show schedule is heavy, okay, so I only plan maybe one show that week or something. Or there's always somebody around to help you, and that is such a blessing to myself. It's a blessing to my family, and I can't say enough how much fun I'm having doing it. So that's why I'm here.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm glad you're here. So,
Thank you.
okay, so let's get in and talk about a little bit about the people in Park Lane. And what I love is Darlene. She kind of hit that a little bit about just the support system when you get in, because I'll be honest, I've been in direct sales for a total of, gosh, 16 years. So 14 of that is in the jewelry industry. And even though I was in another jewelry company 12 years before I joined Park Lane, still coming and trying something new was scary. Was scary. I mean, just anything new, it scared me, and I wanted to make all the excuses of why this wasn't going to work. But if I'm going to be honest, it was because I just didn't want to learn something new. But what I was so thankful for, and what Darlene mentioned, is that I didn't walk in, and those of you that join us, you're not walking in blind. It's not like, here you go, here's your jewelry, good luck, I hope it works for you. You have a team of people that get to walk alongside you, and they've learned this and they've tried things that worked and haven't worked, and we have amazing systems. We have a great onboarding system that helps you sets you up for success. And so just know that Park Lane, in our team, we're called Team Sparkle. We are we are willing to help you. We are willing to get in the trenches with you and teach you the things that work, and warn you of the things that might not work as well. But Park Lane as a whole, as a company, they have been around for, I think it's going on 68 years. All right, so they've been in business for 67 years, and what I loved, me personally, one of the things that really drew me to Park Lane is what they how they handled the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I was working at a local boutique and I saw how pivotal it was to how you had to change gears, switch gears, doing business during that time. Because if you didn't adapt to the online or just doing things different, you weren't going to make it as a small business. And what I love about Park Lane during that prior to 2020, they didn't have really a big online presence. It was like what I had came from. It was in-home parties, things like that. But during COVID, they were able to train and shift their focus of all of their stylists to an online platform. So that it wasn't just like, "Oh, sorry, girls, we gotta shut down. I hope that figure this out." They were able to do that, and in 2020, and then, of course, 2021, they had their biggest years yet. And I remember when somebody told me that, I was like, "Ooh, I can get on board with that." Like, I can get on board with a company that is willing to just change something totally different for the benefit of their stylist. And I'm so thankful for that. And as I get to know the leadership in Park Lane, it is a family-run company, family-owned. They're in the president of the company is the second generation, and then the third generation works in Park Lane as well. And they, just so you know, like, if this matters, they only take 2% of the profit from what they make, and they pour everything else back into the company, to the products, to the stylist. And you'll get to hear that more. And I have I may be biased at this point, but I have been around direct sales long enough to know a good thing when I see it. And this is a really, really good thing. And so I'm excited to share it with you. So those are the people. Not only are you partnering with a good company, but you're partnering with some good folks that you see right here on this Zoom with us. Now, the product, of course, it's jewelry. And here's what I know. I don't have to sell the jewelry. Okay. Like, I don't have to be a salesperson. I don't have to convince you if you like these earrings or not. If you think they're pretty and they're in your price range, you're going to buy them. I just get to show you different ways to wear them, and we get to have fun, and I get to help ladies get it for free or half price or whatever it is. So the product is an easy item to share, but it's also a an item, girls, and let me tell you this. I told you I was in another jewelry company before. My daughter, who is 18, going to college, never really complimented me on my jewelry before Park Lane. And now my daughter, when I like yesterday, I picked her up from the airport. I got in the car. She was like, "Oh, mom, I love your jewelry." Like everything that I'm getting from Park Lane, she loves. So and the reason I tell you that is because Park Lane is on trend. Okay. This isn't grandma jewelry. This isn't like, boring, like 2 seasons ago jewelry. This is, you are seeing it. I don't, is anyone else, like, you can give me a heart or like a hand. Does anybody else watch reality TV? Like, that's my like toxic trait, right? Like the real housewives of whatever. Like, sign me up for that. But I'm watching, I'm like, I have earrings that just look just like that. I'm watching Yellowstone. I'm like, I got those earrings. And like, we're seeing similar pieces in mainstream media right now. So we are right on the trend. Um with that. So know that like you are selling a quality piece of jewelry. You're backed by a guarantee. So if something happens to the jewelry, Park Lane is going to take care of it. So you as the stylist can offer a service to your customers that they cannot get at a boutique or at a local department store. You have a service that you can offer them. The product also, we have pieces in the line from $22 all the way up to 250. But even though we have those higher priced items, Park Lane makes it very, very affordable. All right. I'll be honest, when I first started looking into Park Lane, I would search through the catalog, and I would see a bracelet. One of our best-selling bracelets is the impression bracelet, and it was like $188. I'm like, who's gonna pay that? Like, it's ridiculous. And then I realized with our customer special, nobody has to pay that. Like, nobody pays full price for those higher priced items. So, along with the product, I told you like Park Lane pours so much into that. They also pour into our programs. So it makes it affordable for our customers and our hostesses. So as a customer, our customers, and Darlene kind of mentioned this a little bit, as a customer, every day we have a buy two, get four items at half price sale. But here's the kicker, the two items at full price will always be the customer's cheapest items on their list. So they literally could go buy two $22 pair of earrings, and then they're entitled to go back and get four items at half price. And it can be whatever they want it to be. Now, in addition to that, Park Lane always has an additional weekly special, and it'll change from week to week. Like right now, it's when they spend $90. And I always tell, like when I'm at my jewelry shows, I'm like, this is where I feel like the infomercial guy. It's like, but wait, there's more. It's like when a customer spends $90, well, one, they get free shipping, but they also get to pick a bonus item typically. And that can be any item up to $200, and they only pay $30 for it. So those higher priced items, they're not going to pay those full price items. Price. They're going to only pay $30. Now, this week, but it ends tonight. In addition to that, it's like, but wait, there's more again. When they pick their bonus item, they can also go back and get any item up to $100 for free. And so what this does from a stylist perspective, one, it allows your customers to get a really good deal. And I know that we're all women, and when we see a sale, like we just want to tell our friends about it. And when I see a really good deal, like I want to repeat shop with that place that I saved a ton of money with. And that's what that sale creates for us on a stylist end. It creates repeat business. I have never Since I've been in direct sales, I have not had this much repeat business month after month from my customers, and I believe it's because of the programs that Park Lane rolls out for our benefit. And us as the stylist, we get to take advantage of that as well. Like I have never ordered any other way but through my own shopping link because I get a better deal on that because not only am I saving the money, getting a free item, but I'm also making money off of that as well. So that's a customer perk when they shop with you when you become a stylist. Now, as a hostess, they have an amazing thing as well. I was actually hostess coaching a lady today, and I was like, "Girl, you and I both have been in direct sales before, and I'm not trying to like, be biased here, but can we just agree this is a pretty amazing hostess plan?" And she was like, "Yes, it is." Because here's the thing, our hostesses get free jewelry off of every order that is placed. It doesn't matter if their girlfriend can only afford those one pair of earrings, those $22 earrings, or if it's their girlfriend that wants everything on their wish list. She gets free jewelry based off orders. So, as a hostess, she could get $100 in free jewelry when she got 5 orders. But the best thing is when she gets 10 orders, her jewelry credit doubles, so she automatically gets $400 in free jewelry. So it's easy for me to approach somebody and say, "Hey, would you consider having, any chance you would have a party with me online?" Because when you get 10 orders, give you $400 in free jewelry. And that's really appealing. And so in addition to their free jewelry, they get half price items and then they can get a bonus. They can get any item up to $200 for only 30. So when we couple those two programs together, those two things in our, I guess you would say, stylist arsenal, that sets us up for success right there. Because if they're not ready to be a hostess, then we have a great opportunity to offer them to get their wish list at a really big discount. Or if they're not able to get everything on their wish list, then I can say, hey girl, you want to get 10 friends together to order and I can give you $400 in free jewelry. So those two things enable us as a stylist to be successful and to have repeat business and to have continued business by hosting, parties. Now, in addition to those two programs, from like a selling perspective, Park Lane also pours back into our business. As a stylist, now let me say, I wanted to say I was a cheapo, but I like the word frugal better. That makes me not sound, so cheap. But I don't want to spend all my profit here. Like I have real bills to pay, and I don't have the flexibility or the funds to just to spend it all on all the things that I want, all the jewelry that I want. But what I love about Park Lane is every month, just by me working my business, I can earn up to $1,100 a month in free jewelry. And so this isn't like a one-time thing. It's like I know that if I meet it this month, I can do the same thing every month. And that is how at the beginning I built up my samples so that I could show more jewelry. And now because I do have quite a bit of jewelry, now I can use that as giveaways or thank you gifts or incentives, whatever it may be. Or maybe I'm just like, you know what, I like that necklace and I'm just going to wear it for myself. Whatever you want to do with it, you can do it. So those are the programs. Also, we have a Mercedes car bonus. Now, you can earn and get into the club. When you are in the club, you can either decide, yes, hey, I'm going to drive around a Mercedes car, and when you earn that every month, Park Lane will reward you and pay that, $700 to that car lease. But if you're like me and I'm like, hey, my Ford Explorer, like it's just fine, then they'll give you $500 in cash. Like, yes, please. Like that could go a long ways in our home. So that's another program that you can do. But let me tell you, can I tell you my favorite thing that they offer? Is we get to go on 2 travel trips a year. Like, who likes to travel? Like, give me, like, a high five or something, right? Okay, but let me also be honest. I have a kid going into college and one that wants to be in all the sports all the time, all the things. So, for Chris and I, that's my husband, for us to just say, "You know what? Let's just set aside some time and money, and let's go on an elaborate trip to Hawaii." Like, let's be honest, that's not gonna happen because that is not in our budget. But Park Lane, affords us 2 travel trips a year. So twice a year, we can earn a I would say it's a luxury trip to somewhere that I would not pick, because I couldn't afford it. And it is a lot of work to earn those, but it is attainable. Let me tell you that. So I've been in Park Lane for 2 years and I went on my first trip to Hawaii with compliments of Park Lane. And when I say trip, like it's like I got my airfare paid for and I didn't have to drive to Dallas. Okay. Like I went to Tulsa, which is an hour away from me, flew out of Tulsa. I stayed I got like a oceanfront, you know, little balcony. I mean, this wasn't like, the Holiday Inn here. Okay. It was like super nice. And like it wasn't like me looking on hotwire.com trying to find like the best deal, like budget in on my budget. And then they paid for, I think, all our breakfast and three of our dinners. And the dinners, girls, I'm eating things that I didn't even know were food. I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but it looks really fancy and really I'm gonna eat that. And it was fantastic, fantastic. And then I just earned a trip to Paris that I get to take my oldest daughter on. And here's the thing. Anyone, any stylist that's in Park Lane, can earn those. It's not just for like, oh, you're a leader in Park Lane, you can only earn that. No, everybody has an equal playing field. And so, like, we just finished the qualifications for the Paris trip. Well, next month in July, we're going to start earning the next one, wherever that may be. And we're all on the same playing field. Like, everyone's starting at ground zero, and we get to go. So, those are a few of the perks in Park Lane that I am so thankful of. But let me tell you some of the things, like, share me's top, like, my favorites, all right? Is there the flexibility that it affords me, all right? There are no quotas in this business. You can work as little or as much as we want. Every one of us on this call have a different life, a different life demands, okay? What life demands of us. We all have different needs. But so we can my business doesn't have to look like somebody else's. I can tailor it to what works best for my family. And that's what I love is because I mean, I'm home with my kids and I homeschool my kids. So working like a full-time 8 to 5 job is not going to happen for our family. But I can still contribute to our family's finances by doing this and working literally like this is where I do my jewelry shows. Like if you just look right behind me, see like that like 2 foot area, that's where I do my jewelry shows every week. So I can work as little or as much as I want. I also love this top fave is I get paid weekly. All right. Every week I get to make money or I get to see that I'm making money. I open up my checking account on Tuesday and I'm like, oh, yay, look, I got paid today. And if you have been in direct sales before, or if you have owned your own business, coming up with like trying to figure your profit and loss every week makes me want to just like bang my head against the wall. Like that is just no Captain No fun at all. And I love that I don't have to worry. I don't have to think about what I made. I literally look and say, "Oh my gosh, look, that's how much I made today. I'm going to buy groceries with that or I'm going to buy whatever or I'm just going to, save it away." Um I also uh, Park Lane makes it easy for us to be successful. All right, there's things out there. A girlfriend posted on my social media or her social media, and I was reading it, and she was talking about like if you're not in a job where you can have weekly wins, then you might think about you may need to get a different job because you need to have some wins on every week because it just makes you feel better. And with Park Lane, it's like I could win a free bracelet this week. I could I'm have a paycheck next week, whatever it is, but there's things or someone shouting me out saying I did a good job. Those are the things in Park Lane that help me and motivate me every week. Okay, so that is the product, that's the programs. Now, like, here's the kicker. How much is this thing gonna cost me to join? And let me tell you, for like less than a trip to Aldi, and Aldi's like the conservative grocery store, you can actually start your own business. So for $99, you can get started in Park Lane and you get $500 in jewelry that you get to pick out. It's not just some random kit of jewelry that you'll never wear. No, you get to pick it out. Um, Now there's three kits that you can choose from. $99 gets you $500 in jewelry, or you can do, and of course, I always get the numbers backwards, so you might want to fact check me on this. I think it's 229. Is that right, Carolyn? Two something, 229. I always like it's two something. $229, and you get $1,000 in jewelry that you get to pick out, or it's 469 or something. It's something 9, 4 something 9. I feel like it's 469. But you get with that, you get $2,000 in jewelry. I think I actually have it pulled up on my computer. But you get $2,000 in jewelry that you get to pick out. Now, when I started, I did that middle of the road. I did the $200 one, because I had no Park Lane before, and I felt like I needed a little bit more than the 500. And I will tell you, I was very skeptical. I didn't really have $300, probably with tax that I probably could just be spending. I really needed this to work, but I will tell you that I made it back in my first show. So if you will show the jewelry, you will make the money. I promise. Um, that's just kind of the nature of our business. What else was I going to say? Okay, so in addition to the price point that it's at, tonight, and this ends tonight, so not to put a little sense of urgency on you, but it ends tonight. When you join us tonight, now all you join means you just pick which kit you want, we'll get you signed up. Park Lane is giving you an additional $200 in a gift certificate once you qualify. Now, qualify just means you need to sell $1,000 within your first 5 weeks of business. Okay, I promise that sounds like a lot. Like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It is a lot, but not really in Park Lane. Okay, it's not a lot in Park Lane. That's like I mean, sometimes it's your first show. So don't freak out about that. All right. Trust me, trust the lady that invited you. It's not, we'll help you. We'll help you get there. Okay. But once you qualify, then you get an additional $200 you can do whatever you want with and pick out. So I think I covered everything. So if you think like, hey, here, let me just encourage you. You do not have to marry Park Lane. All right. You don't think like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to do this in the next 5 years. Well, okay, you don't have to. Just think about like, hey, could I do this summer? Like, could I give it the next 2 to 3 months just to see if this works for you? If it does, great, keep doing it. If you're like, I didn't really like that, that wasn't fun, then okay, that's okay too. I'm sure whoever invited you, you're still going to be friends with them and you've probably made a little money and you have a lot of jewelry that you can keep, give away as Christmas gifts or sell for cash. It's whatever you want to do. But that's my encouragement to you is if you think the least bit, man, I could use a little extra money, or I really like that jewelry, just say yes. Just why not? I mean, why not? And because I know whoever invited you to this call, they're going to walk alongside you and they're going to help you. And the great thing about what we do in this business is it's not just that person that invited you. You have other ladies surrounding you too. It's like you have a whole host of team. Like Carolyn actually like she invited well, yeah, kind of. She invited me to this, but Carolyn works with me, but she also works with the girls that I invite too. Like we help everybody helps everyone. Now, say you do keep doing this and next year, okay, say you join tonight and next June 14th, you're like, hey, I think I want to do this again. There is a renewal fee with Park Lane. It's $99 to renew. Just so you know, like that's like a drop in the bucket of probably what you're making already, and it just gives you the same things that you have earned or that you have got this year. Okay, so you're getting the same for your website, for the office staff to pack and send all your stuff. Um, oh, I didn't say this, but if this might be helpful. Um, you don't have to process credit cards. So, like that was really great. That's done all through Park Lane's website. I don't have to get a Square reader or whatever it is to process all that. It's all done through Park Lane, and Park Lane ships it individually to the customers when they place the order. So we don't wait until the party closes before the guests get their orders. If they order as soon as that party opens, they more than likely will have it before we close the party, and that's super fun when they're commenting and stuff. All right. I think Carolyn, Valerie, Ashley, tell me if I missed anything, but I think that is it. I think. Okay. So if I'm going to throw, oh, do you have something, Carolyn?
Are you about to say a keyword?
Oh, no, but now I am. Okay. So there is a survey that I'm going to pop somewhere in the chat if I can find the chat. Or did you already do it? Okay. Sorry, I didn't have the chat on, so I had no idea. Yep. So there's if you are on right now, there is a little Google Doc that Carolyn put in the chat. So fill that out. The keyword is, let's say it's going to be travel, because that's what my favorite thing to do in Park Lane is travel. And so use that. And when you fill that out, if you will fill that out by tomorrow at noon, I think that's the deadline, tomorrow at noon, then you will be entered in to win a free necklace. And usually you have pretty good odds doing this. But I'm going to stop the recording. And then if you have those of you that I say I'm going to stop it, I don't know how to stop the recording. Bless. What? I don't know how to stop the recording. I just see screen share.
Do you see something below that says more or 3 dots that will take you to more?
Yes, I see more. Stop recording.